Yes, we're still working. No laptop. We're on the phone again. Laptop's coming Monday. I'm talking to Facebook Live people.
We have 30 seconds, Facebook Live people.
30 seconds, Facebook Live people. Awesome. Ready or not, here we go. Hi, Joanne. How are you? Thanks for tuning in. Hello, and thank you for tuning in and spending some time with me today. Oh my Lord. And here we are, another Friday. We made it, or maybe we just barely made it. I don't know. I just wonder sometimes. Life's been a little bit crazy, and I know I'm talking to all of you out there, clients calling in or meeting with clients. It just, everybody seems to be spinning, and just everything's wild and crazy, and life is fast. But you are listening to the Financial Chick Show, and I'm the Financial Chick. My name is Denise Nostrom, the CEO and owner of Diversified Financial Solutions, a full-service, independent financial planning firm located in Medford. Your Financial Chick is here to help you make better financial decisions and choices to improve your life and reduce your anxiety and stress about money. If you want to know more about me or my firm, you can check out my website at financialchickshow.com. We're also on Facebook and Instagram at Diversified Financial Solutions, so like our pages to get updates and see what is happening. If you have missed a show or want to listen to a show already aired, you can go to the media tab on my website and listen to all prior shows, and the topics are listed for your convenience. So today, I don't know what's going to happen on the show because I was getting prepared and I had everything ready. I kind of like to have like topics because I'm kind of like the butterfly person, like, oh wow, there's a butterfly and I'm off on another topic. So I like to keep a bit focused. However, the computer for some reason did whatever it did, and I'm sure you guys can feel me out there, and it just got rid of it all. So, Friday, busy Friday, running here. Let's do this. Let's see what we got going on. But I will tell you, on the way here, one of the things that's obviously most important when you work with a financial advisor, or really work with anybody, or even in a relationship with your spouse, is communication, right? That's the most important thing, and proper communication. So it just never fails. Like sometimes I just don't even want to leave my house or my office because you get on the road and people that don't use blinkers, you really, really get on my nerves. So that is a form of communication. So there was this guy all the way here, whenever he would go to the right lane, he would just go, or he was turning right, he would just go. Like, you never knew what he was doing. So I'll start there, that it's just really, really annoying. People can be really annoying. And communication is important in all aspects of our life. So let's do that, So this week, I figured I would start with, it's been a harrowing year, and I've just kind of keep things under wraps most of the time. I think some of you know, but for those that you know, but if those that don't know, I'm going to tell you. So basically, I've been building this financial planning practice for over 27 years. I've had a lot of employees come and go, but I have to say the past year and a half has been an absolute nightmare. It's better now, but I'm going to go back before I get to where we are today. Well, so I had somebody last year that worked for me and was very proud of the fact that they were very, had a lot of experience and that they knew everything and everything like that, and that they were very, very, adept in what they were doing. The unfortunate thing was that they would constantly make mistakes all the time. And again, building a practice or building a business and caring for my clients and wanting to do the best thing and the right thing for clients, I don't like, nothing I don't like, we all make mistakes, but this particular individual would make 2 to 3 mistakes a day. And then when I would call the person out on it, they would be offended, basically, that I would tell them that there was mistakes. So I said, well, what do you want me to do? Do you want us just to send it out and have it wrong? We're dealing with sensitive information. We're dealing with people's figures, numbers. We're dealing with social security numbers, dates of birth. These are all very specific, very poignant things that have to be correct before you let it go out. So anyway, so we went on. We thought, I tried to see the good in people. It just never got better. So I had to let that person go. Then, being busy, I figured, let me do what I guess a lot of employers do. I figured, let me go to a staffing agency. They do a lot of the work, so a lot of the heavy lifting you don't have to do, especially when you're busy, you have a smaller firm, you don't have, a 100-person firm. You want to kind of fast track things and get a really good person. So I did that. Well, the first person that they brought to me, and I interviewed a few people, but the one that was probably one that stood out the most started with the firm, and unfortunately, some weird stuff was happening. This person would start slurring their words, and there was just really a lot of crazy things that were going on, and until the point where I finally had to let this person go. They didn't stay too long. Again, with the sensitivity, when I have to hire somebody, man, it's got to be somebody who's dynamite, and it's got to be somebody who's trustworthy and has values and all of that. So we later found out that the person was addicted to opioids. So that was not a fun situation. So I took a step back and I waited a while. And then I jumped back in with the staffing agency because, even though their first hire was not so great, I figured I'll give them a second chance. And not to mention that I've already had, and yes, the number is correct, $10,000 wrapped up in this situation. So started interviewing a few people, had a woman. She seemed pretty good. She came back for a couple of interviews. We negotiated salary, we negotiated benefits and all that kind of stuff. And I happened to be away at my conference, and she was supposed to start that Monday. That Wednesday, I get a call from the staffing agency saying that she decided to take another position. Now, again, we all have, whatever. I think it was a little bit of a sleazy thing to do, but, it is what it is, and it happened. And honestly, it all happened for a reason, because the person I got after was good. But my point in telling you this story, whether you're a small business or a big business, yes, I will say the name, because I have to say that I got no value for the money that I spent, and the company's Randstad, and I would encourage you to not use them. And I would say that you're probably better off, just because the vetting, I thought that the vetting would be better caliber people. You can probably do so much better with a ZipRecruiter or an Indeed, maybe a little bit more work, probably not too much more work, but you get to vet those people and really check out what is going on. So I just felt like I needed to get that off my chest, because it was really, especially when you work with somebody, or when you buy something, when you give money to a company or to an individual, you hope to get some value back. And unfortunately, I did not. And again, shame on me. It was a lesson learned. But if I can help you as a small business owner, or any business owner, maybe that wouldn't be the route, or maybe try a different staffing agency other than Randstad, because I would not give them a thumbs up. I'd give them an absolute thumbs down. So, but in the end of it all, it was very interesting. So it was strike 2. Well, there was really strike 3. We had a big issue about payments too. They couldn't get that together either. Let's just say it was just a terrible, terrible experience from day one. And, but anyway, so I took a bit of a break, and like I said, things do happen for a reason. And this is just another, words of wisdom. I had actually, well, it's known now, but there was a gentleman that actually was that did my show when I first started here at LI News Radio. Mike, he was the engineer for my show, and I had come into the show, and he happened to be working because he was covering for somebody, and we had a conversation, and he said, you know what, I want to become a financial advisor. So he has now started with my firm. He's just with me a little over 2 months now, and things are going really well. And so the bottom line is that things do happen. I guess, things happen for a reason to get you to the next place. So just know that there is hope and things are good. Right now, though, my buddy Mike is actually in Italy. I'm sure having a wonderful time. He had this trip planned before I hired him. So I'm alone at I should say Brian and I are at the office, and Mike is out on vacation. But when he gets back, we're looking forward to doing some big things and good stuff. So, and also this week, I had an intern come and start in my office, a young man named Gaurab, and he is actually, well, he's an American citizen, but his family's from Bangladesh, actually. And he is such a bright kid, and he's been in my office 2 days this week and learning a lot of different things, and he's so eager to learn. And the other day I had a meeting, and he helped me do some things. Unbeknownst to him, he didn't even know what was going on, but he said, let me help, and he really gave 150%, and so it's really good. And as in my firm, I like to do that, to give back to my high school, and probably for the past, I would say 8 or 10 years, I've had interns in my office. So I'm looking forward to doing more things with Gaurab, and met his family, met his mom and dad, really nice family, nice guy, and so I'm looking forward to that, and hopefully one day, procuring or developing another financial advisor to come into the field. So we're kind of running into the break in a few minutes, but I'm going to talk a little bit about spending. Isn't that always fun? After the break, we'll talk a little bit about Biden and the Inflation Reduction Act. And we're going to talk about some cases that I've been working on, and a new rule that came out that you're going to need to know about if you put into 401k plan. So chock full of stuff. Hope I can fit it in the second half, but I'll do my best to do that. But again, I want to thank you for tuning in. This is your financial chick, Denise Nostrom, the company's Diversified Financial Solutions. I help you look for financial solutions when you feel like there are none. Feel free to contact me at 631-758-8691. Stay tuned. We're going into break. Hi, Kathy. Thanks for watching. I don't know if there's anybody else out there, but thanks for tuning in today.
Inflation reduction.
Yeah.
I'm glad it worked.
Yeah. No, he came out at a whatever. Biden got out of his basement, and he talked about how, it really isn't going to do what he said it was going to do. We all knew that years ago, but good job, dude.
Yeah, I was still new to the economics game. I didn't know whether it was going to work or not. I had everyone in my ear telling me it wasn't going to, and wasn't it like supposed to be a climate change thing initially?
Well, that was it. That's really what it was. So the problem with all of these types of bills is that it's never, let's solve one issue. We're going to solve this issue, but we're going to put a lot of what they call pork into it. 1 minute. Mm-hmm. Put a lot of pork into it. And we're spending money, and everybody's getting a little piece of the puzzle, but we never really get to the core and fix it, so that's the problem.
Yeah, I really, it was tough for me to get mad at his whole relieving student loan things, me being a student, but I kept telling my parents, and I said this on WRHU's, our Hofstra's radio station, I said to my parents, I'm like, I don't want you guys to pay a single penny. I know what I'm signing up for. Let me take care of this.
That's the bottom line.
Yeah,
right?
30 seconds, but
okay.
Yeah.
You got it. Yeah. I don't know.
So.
Hey, Joanne. Welcome back. This is Denise Nostrom, the Financial Chick, and you are listening to the Financial Chick Show. The company's in Medford, and you can reach me at 631-758-8691 or visit my website at financialchickshow.com. I'm here to help you on your financial journey. Over the years, things change, and I'm here to help you navigate all of those changes. So today, if you heard before, yes, I had a laptop. My laptop blew up. I have ordered a new laptop, but it won't be coming in. Well, actually, it's coming in sooner than I thought. So it's actually to come in on Monday. So, people that are on Facebook Live, yes, I have my phone and the numbers behind me are backwards. I know all about it. We're going to get back on track really soon, but this is, one of the things. Technology is crazy, and I won't even go into that whole topic, but it's been an interesting week. So one thing that I found to be very, very interesting, if you've been listening to the show, my daughter works. And, she is a big spender, and it sends me over the edge as a financial advisor. So I'm trying to tell her to kind of tamp down her spending. And, listen, if she's kind of the person, if she gets $300 in, she spends 310. I'm like, you gotta cool out. And it's interesting. I've thought about it. I was like, well, we like to spend, but I think one of the things that's very different, young adults these days don't have like what's called a checkbook. Some of you know what that means, some of you don't. But what we did back in the day is we would actually say, okay, we start with a balance of X amount, and then we would debit out or take out things or subtract things out that we were spending. And the kids don't do that today. So again, you're buying Starbucks, and then you're going to, whatever stores that you're going to, and you're spending, and you don't realize how much you're spending until, there's nothing left. And then of course you get the $32 overdraft fee. So, this is what I've talked to her, but there is hope, and they do listen, which is very interesting. So, I don't know if it was beginning of this week or last week. I think it was beginning of this week. She was home, obviously still summer and before they go back to school. But she said, oh my God, Mom, you're not going to believe this. What I decided to do, my girlfriend and I went to the store, and we bought chicken, and we bought broccoli, I think she said, and onions, and some scallions. She got a little fancy there too. And she said, we cooked lunch instead of going out for lunch. And I couldn't believe it. I bought all of that stuff for about $8. So I was like, wow, like that was really a good thing. Like she actually did something that was important. And that's a lesson for all of us. We can very easily fall into that whole trap because Starbucks is so tasty, right? Or maybe it's McDonald's or whatever your or Panera Bread, whatever your thing is that you love to do, we just keep doing it. And then we realize, wow, I never have money. I blow through my paycheck. Even though the prices at the stores is a little bit elevated, you can actually do better than going out to eat. Use going out to eat as a special thing, maybe once or twice a week, but not every day of the week. So that was kind of neat. I also had a client come in, and his son is 19, and he just started working, and he goes, oh my God, he's like blowing all this money, and has a girlfriend, and they're doing this, and they're planning all these vacations, and he's like, he's not going to have anything. So he said, I really need him to start saving stuff. So we're setting him up now that he's working into a Roth IRA. His dad had set some money aside for him, and what we're going to do is, set him up on a monthly to start putting away money on a monthly basis. So, and then the father was funny. He was like, they have no concept of money. He said, if you get a ticket, we'll maybe pay for the first one, but that's it. So the kid got one, not one, but two, but three. So he goes, that's it. It's all on you. And now he's realizing his money's going that much quicker because tickets are not cheap, speeding tickets or whatever the case may be. So yeah, so we all, I think we all can relate to this. We all can understand whether we have teenagers or maybe ourselves. Sometimes we get into these pockets of time where it just seems like money's getting siphoned out of our wallets or our checkbooks. It's crazy. But so the other thing is very interesting that came out today was that Biden and his Inflation Reduction Act that was signed in last year. He actually admitted that it probably really won't do that. And we were talking at the break, the engineer and myself, that a lot of times they put in these bills. And, it's to solve a particular situation. But what it does is that there's so much pork in it that, everybody's getting all of these pet projects that we're spending all of this money. And my God, has this administration been spending money and not getting a result. And it's the same thing going back to my daughter or my client's son. What's the result? Yeah, it's cool. But after you drink that Starbucks coffee or eat that, McDonald's, Happy Meal. I don't know if the kids get Happy Meals anymore, but, that's it. So you have nothing to show for it. So I think when we make decisions on what we do with our money, we work hard for our money and we want our money to work hard for us. Make sure you have a goal in mind of what it is that you want to do. Listen, when you get your paycheck, what do they say? Spend some. Well, let's start at the beginning. Save some. That should be the first thing that you do. I always tell people, think of yourself as a bill. You have to pay your cell phone bill. You have to pay your rent or your mortgage. But let's say your name is, I'm going to use John. If you're John, when you get your paycheck, take a certain percent of your money and save it. Put it away into something, whether it's in a savings account or a mutual fund or investment or a Roth IRA or IRA. Put it away. Then you pay your bills. And then if you're so inclined, maybe, give money to charity. That's your thing. But those are usually the 3 different ways to kind of put your monies. That's what you want to do. But use yourself as a bill, because if you do that, you'll pay it. If you don't, you'll spend all of your money and just pay your bills and feel like I have nothing to show for it. So that was kind of one thing. And the one thing I want to give you is an update that also came out this week was the government now, all right, when you have a retirement plan at work, let's say a 401k, and you're over the age of 50, and this is IRA also, well, let's just use the 401ks right now. Again, it's hot off the presses that this new regulation, so just bear with me. So 401ks, you can put in your maximum money into your 401k, but if you're over the age of 50, you get what's called a catch-up, so you can put extra money in. And typically, you can do that in the pre-tax portion of the 401k. But if you earn over a certain income limit, and I believe it was $125,000, if you earn over that amount, they're not enabling you to put the catch-up into the pre-tax. So what does that mean? Basically, they took away a tax cut for you. So if you're putting money away and doing your catch-up in the pre-tax, you're trying to reduce your overall income so you pay less taxes. So what they're doing is taking that away. Now, yes, it is kind of a negative for now because some of your tax planning capabilities for the present is going away, but it's really actually good, and the government doesn't realize it's actually good for the future. I always talk about Roths. If you've been listening to the show, I'm a big fan and I love them. So having that money go into after-tax or Roth contributions, again, that catch-up portion, isn't the worst-case scenario. But I'm bringing it up because, you may have a big surprise, and this is starting next year, that, oh my gosh, I have to pay all this taxes now. The fact is that you're not going to be able to stuff that much money in the 401ks as you had in the past for the pre-tax benefit. So meet with me. Give me a call. We'll talk about it, do a review, see what's going on, plan for next year to make sure that doesn't happen to you. Or if it's going to happen, maybe do some other things that can, make it a little bit better. So, the market this week, we're running at it, it goes so fast. So this week it came out, the U.S. consumer sentiment dipped a little bit in August, so people are not feeling as comfortable and happy. And what happened was the July price producer index, which was estimated going to be at 0.7, came in at 0.8. Again, not a big difference. However, what that did was it showed that the costs of services increased. And that was something that, when we talked about the Inflation Reduction Act, it's not really working. And the interest rate increases that I had, they're not really working. So, we're kind of checking out and seeing what's going to happen. It took the market for a little bit of a shock today. Now we may see the chances of a September increase in rates increase. They were just saying that 90% chance that it wasn't going to happen, but that slipped to about 88.5. So it's just showing that the inflation monster is still lingering, but we do see as investors that progress, that things are doing a little bit better. And again, it's just a matter of just being on the cusp of the right side of the market and doing things that you need to do. There's always, even with the negative news, there's always ways to make money. And the thing is, you're never going to, I shouldn't say you're never going to change your goals. You're always going to have your goals and you have to work toward your goals. So the bottom line is stick with the program, tweak the program, give me a call if you want to meet. I'm here to help you. But I want to thank you all for tuning in today. And like I said, I've had a lot of technology issues, and I heard that LA News Radio did as well. So maybe it's something in the air, right, John? I don't know, maybe. But but anyway, next week will be another week. So have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for tuning in. Remember, do better and be better. And I look forward to being with you again next Friday. All right, everybody out there in Facebook land, thank you for for tuning in. I appreciate it, and have a good weekend. I'm glad it's Friday. I'm ready to just shut the brain off and move on out. All right, take care. Bye.